We all set up out there?
Pretty much. We got to put this out on the Jeep.
And did you say that there's a storm coming?
Yes, I did.
Well, I have some, that's bad news. I have some good news.
What?
There's a pub right there as
Yeah.
we pulled in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah, they got like 4.8 stars, so that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
But I got better news.
Oh?
There's happy hour from 4 to 7. Guess what time
Which
it
is
is?
the time?
It's 10:04. So I say we sit the storm out at the pub.
Yeah.
But here's the dilemma. Do we walk?
Yeah, we'll walk.
Do we take our bikes?
No, I wouldn't pick up bikes.
Or the Jeep? So we walk.
We'll walk.
And we'll hope that the storm is done.
We better
by...
go soon because that storm is about to...
Alright, so we want to beat the storm there and then just stay there as long as there's a storm.
Yeah.
So if the storm goes till, midnight, we're all set. Alright, I'll get my rain jacket.
Leaving this place, the sun's about to break. You're riding shotgun. I'm just gonna drive.
I think the storm is going to go by us. According to AccuWeather anyways. Oh, we went into the Blue Moose Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
Looked like pretty bad weather was coming through, but it went past us and
We wanted to take
we
shelter.
came out. We came out and it's beautiful out.
It is. It is.
we
We're
found
taking a
this-
little walk.
Little greenway path.
Oh, it's not little. It goes 8.8 miles.
Yeah, big path. And we're just kind of walking past the campground right now. And it is very nice the way they integrated all of this together.
Yes, agree. Very, very nice.
Just reading this whole area was devastated by floods in 1997. I'll have to do some research to see if I can find some information about it. But very nice park.
I wish we were here for a few days.
Yeah, I mean,
You just didn't have
you
to tell.
never know, I'm kind of sorry that we didn't book at least another day here. We could
Yeah,
go on
this is
downtown.
lovely. Yeah. Yeah, this is really nice.
Looks like we could walk downtown.
Or take our bike. But we do have a good part of the day tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't have to check out until 4 p.m. and we're only 65 miles from Icelandic State Park. So we can take our time tomorrow. Which is another benefit to these state parks.
Yeah. the
3
checkout
p.m.
time is-
check-in,
Wow.
4 p.m. checkout. I mean, that's, for you late sleepers out there, that's perfect, right?
Yeah, you just have to be careful when you're doing the check-in because your spot might not be
Yeah, it might not
available
be
yet.
available yet.
But usually at these state parks, there's a public picnicking area
Yeah.
or day use area.
Someplace where you can park for a couple of hours.
Yeah, not a problem.
But we got here around, 2 o'clock?
Yeah. and
Oh, yeah, it was like 3 or 4 o'clock.
It was almost 4. Yep.
So, our site was available, so we were able to just pull right in.
Yeah.
But it is a beautiful park. It's beautiful. area was devastated by a flood back in 1997. And one of these levees, or these flood control gates, were put in before or after that flood. I'll have to do some research. I'll add some comments below. We're creating our own little loop here. We're gonna cross over the river and then double back and cross back over into the park. Cross the river into North Dakota, into Grand Forks, the other half of the trip. Right now we're in Minnesota. Very pretty, very big park. And we just stopped at this Walmart here in Grand Forks. Stock up on our supplies because where we're going there's not a lot of resources. So I think this is probably the last Walmart between here and Cavalier, North Dakota, where we're headed. So we're going to stock up really well and get on the road and head up to Icelandic State Park, where we'll be doing our project. It's only about 65 miles from here, so it's going to be a fairly short travel day, and maybe we'll be able to explore some of the park while we're waiting for the other people in the project to come up. We really enjoyed Red River State Park. It's a beautiful park. A little on the pricey side. It's probably the most expensive state park we've ever stayed in. When you factor in the additional fees for actually entering the park, which Minnesota seems to do that, and I can't figure out why. They charge you a park entry fee. It's a beautiful park. Nice wide roads to maneuver around in. Very big rig friendly. I'd say most of the sites are pull-through sites, but they're gravel. So getting level was a little bit of a challenge. I used my biggest leveling blocks, which go up to 4 inches, and we were still an inch low in the front. That happens. It was just an overnight stay, so we didn't really fuss over it. It was a pull-through site, which we liked because we didn't have to disconnect the Jeep because we were only there one night. We didn't need to. We didn't need to go anywhere. We knew we were going to hit this Walmart on our way out. Right outside of the park is this great pub called the Blue Moose Bar and Grill, and the food is really, really good, and the beers weren't too bad either. If you ever here, check it out. It's just got a really cool vibe to it. The people inside were very friendly. And also right outside of the park is a 15 studio cinema. So we didn't use that, but it would be nice to know. If we were to come back here, we'd definitely stay 1 or 2 nights. It cost us $55 a night, I think, is what it cost us, which is expensive for a state park. We stayed at Dakota Campground, which is a private campground in Mitchell, South Dakota, and it was $35 a night, full hookups. So yeah, definitely a expensive state park, mostly because they add the day access fee to it. I mean, and it's $7 per day, so it gets expensive. It's weird because it's not like they had a whole lot there. in terms of day use. I mean, they had some picnic areas, but that's it. I don't know what the big draw would be to pay $7 to go there. I mean, you have access to a lot of walking paths, but you can access those from anywhere in town. So I don't quite understand the desire to charge an additional $7 to get into the park. We're ready to go. We're ready to head up to Icelandic State Park. Looking forward to our 2-week project there, and we'll see you when we get there. We're here in Icelandic State Park in Cavalier, North Dakota. The Canadian border is like 15 miles from here, so we're pretty far up in North Dakota. But it looks like a beautiful park, so we're gonna take a walk around and explore.
Yeah, there's no real big amenities, nothing, but there's a lake and there's the camping spaces are spacious. And, yeah.
Nice. So far, it looks nice.
Yeah. And we're here to make it nicer.
Yes.
We're going to work a couple of weeks with Y2B and make some improvements wherever it is that they need.
I have no idea what we'll be working on.
No, we'll find
out next week.
Yeah.
But the only weird part about these sites is the way they've got them laid out in terms of the connections. That's the electrical pedestal, and then the water spigot's way over there. I mean, the water spigot's not in a bad spot, but the electrical outlet, very weird. Oh, we're here at Icelandic State Park in North Dakota. The Canadian border is about 15 miles north of here, so we're pretty far north. And we're getting ready to welcome all the new Gator volunteers to this project.
Yeah, we're heading over to a meeting, the introduction meeting, and
the first meeting, everybody arrives. It's Sunday afternoon. Everybody's arrived.
Yeah, we know very few people.
Yeah, so we'll
have some new friends by the end of this project.
Yeah, we'll make a bunch of new friends.
It's a nice camp. It's a nice campground. Yeah. It's going to be even nicer when we're done.
That's right. Yeah, so we're going to head over. We're going to head over and join the first meeting of this project.
Yeah, fun.
There's reply and there's reply privately. If you do reply, it's going to go to everybody. So you want to make sure it's replied privately so you're not loading up everybody's phones with a bunch of stuff that's just not important.
If you've got an Android, it's the 3 dots in the upper right.
And then just make sure, again, everything that we use from the shop goes back to the shop. If we're using anything of our own, please make sure your names are on it. If your name's not on it, we're going to assume it belongs to the park and it's going to go back into their shop, not yours. So make sure everything is labeled if you want your stuff back.
This is to be our 6th A Year to Volunteer project. During our stay in this gorgeous North Dakota park called Icelandic State Park, our primary goal was to complete siding and window replacement on the historic Acra Hall. Acra Hall was built in 1901 and was moved to this location in 1992 from its original location in nearby Acra Township. Acra Township was organized in 1882 and was known as one of the Icelandic townships due to its large population of Icelanders who had settled here. Acra takes its name from Akranes, Iceland, a town near Reykjavik, Iceland. I like to imagine how this hall was used for entertainment and town meetings back in the day. We started by removing the old siding and windows. This was hard work, but it went smoothly. We had most of the siding removed on one side by the end of the first day. Once we removed the old siding, we discovered several places that needed the backer boards replaced due to rot. Luckily, there was not a lot of rotted boards to replace. Next, we wrapped the entire building sides in Tyvek to protect against air and water intrusion. Then, the new windows were installed. The new windows were a little smaller than the originals, so a team was responsible for trimming the inside to make it look nice again. Other projects completed during our 2-week A Year to Volunteer project included staining and landscaping the Heritage Center, clearing and widening hiking trails, and power washing and staining multiple outdoor structures. So this is Friday of the first week of the project, and one of the goals of A Year to Volunteer is to not impact the revenue of the park that we're in. Now, this park made available a bunch of RV sites with partial hookups, electric and water, and let us stay on these sites. But they have a big event this weekend, some children's event, and they need these sites. So we're going to move off the sites and we're going to go and stay in one of their open fields for the weekend boondocking. So today's move day. We're going to break up camp and move our RV to the field. That's what we're up to now.
It doesn't help that everything's wet.
Yeah, it rained yesterday and last night, and everything is wet, so it's going to be a quick pack and go. But we'll get it done in time to head out there to start working. Y2V projects aren't all work and no play. One of our favorite things about Y2V projects are the people we get to meet. Every night after work, we gather around a campfire and get to know our co-volunteers. We get to make new friends and rekindle old friendships, relax and recover from a hard day's work, and have a few laughs. This is Shar. She is co-founder of A Year to Volunteer, along with her husband Phil. She is showing us how to roast strawberries on the fire, a somewhat healthier spin on the traditional s'mores.
We're on the road again after 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks here at Icelandic State Park in North Dakota, Cavalier, North Dakota.
Finished the Y2V project, and it was a really good group of people.
It was our 6th project with A Year to Volunteer.
Yeah.
And their 36th project.
It was great.
23 states.
Yeah, so it was a good project. It was a good group of people,
Yeah.
and we got a lot done for the park. But it is kind of good to be on the road again. Stationary for 2.5 weeks is a little bit much. Well, we did have to move twice because the park had rented out the spots for the weekends, and we don't like to encroach on the profitability of the park, so we moved to a parking lot, and it was fine. But good group of people. We had a nice time.
So now we're on our way. We're going to do a series of one-night stays. We're heading towards Theodore Roosevelt National Park in the western part of North Dakota. We're going to stay on some public land for a couple of nights, and we're going to see how that goes. Scoria Recreation Area, I think it's called. So hopefully we'll find a spot. We'll be able to boondock for a couple of nights and see how that goes.
Driving by the building that George worked on all week.
Looks good.
It does look really good. It made a big difference. You had a good group of people working with
Oh
you.
yeah, we had fantastic, very talented people working.
They all just went at it, no stopping, and just really clicked. So that was nice. And now we're going to drive by the building that I worked on a lot. I also did some trails and some other little areas, but unfortunately I had some dental issues in the middle of the week, or the middle of the project, that had to be taken care of, so I had a day and a half out for a root canal. I was in some serious pain, but that's the building that
The Pioneer
the
Heritage
team
Center.
I worked with painted. Yeah.
Really nice exhibits in there.
Yeah, and that chapel over there is beautiful too. It was a very nice park. The trails were beautiful. When I say we worked on trails, we simply cut out anything that could have, grown into somebody's path. But it was pretty easy to do. The trails were nice. George is trying to get the Garmin to give us correct directions. We always use at least 2 systems, and thankfully we're able to compare the two. But this one here is not connecting.
It's acting up. I think it's all set now. It's not set. It doesn't say it's
Doesn't say calculating. So, all right. So probably have a nice quiet night tonight. It was great to be with people for 2.5 weeks, but some downtime and a little reset would be good too.
Yeah. But yeah, and hopefully the park is nice. It's one of these automated parks where you just drive in and pay at a kiosk, I think, and you pick a spot.
Huh.
$25 a night, I think it is. Full hookups. We'll see. We'll take you along for the ride. If you'd like to learn more about A Year to Volunteer, check out their website at ayeartovolunteer.org.